Hi, Shailesh. Shailesh, do you see my desktop? You are on mute. I don't hear you.
Hello. Yes, sorry. I couldn't unmute myself for a long time. I'm trying.
Okay. So do you see my desktop or not?
Yes, I can see your desktop. I said yes in the message. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Mhm.
Let's wait for other guys to join.
Yeah. Give 5 minutes more.
Yep. By the way, have you ever tried to run Cardano blockchain locally, like local private blockchain?
You mean the Cardano node?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey Yuri, if I'm not mistaken, when Martin was my manager, right, back then,
Mm-hmm.
he said that there were some scripts to start Cardano because they used for testing, right?
Yep. Can you find the script? Because I'm trying to do this locally to run Prism node. And
Mhm.
I
Mm-hmm.
found one tool which called, where is it? Yasi. Have you heard about Yasi?
Yasi.
Yes, Yasi.
Mm.
It's something like uh, quick and easy Cardano.net for a local development testing and CI. And Alan, they use similar idea that you proposed with npm package. So you can run like install Yasi dev kit and it spin ups Cardano node and you can run some tests. And Fabio, probably similar question to you. Do you have any magic scripts that run Cardano node and private blockchain?
Magic scripts. I had at some point, but no, not anymore.
Not anymore.
It was working in Linux and not in Mac. So yeah.
We don't have any external guests. Probably it's fine.
We should have announced in Discord, but I was too busy.
Oh, yep. We need one more week at least. Actually, I have progress with Prism Node and Cloud Agent, but I need some environment to test this code base. That's why I a little bit stuck with local Cardano blockchain. And as far as I know, Pat configured Nix environment in near Prism. Probably
I mean,
this
we could try
right
to do the demo if we are here and do it again next week with more
Yes.
people. Let's
Yes.
just because it wasn't we didn't manage to
Yes.
finish everything,
It
but
was
I think
too
it's more or less
aggressive
running.
timeline. Agree.
Yeah.
Agree. I also was so optimistic, but actually I stuck with some CI in Cloud Agent, then this replacement of basic Docker images everywhere in Prism Node and in Cloud Agent and other aspects. So it took more time than I expected.
Yeah, I was battling with Mongo yesterday at 3 a.m.
Okay, anyway, let's run the meeting. It's going to be
Okay.
short as we don't have other community members here. This is first, 2nd of December and Hyperledger Identus community call. You know the rules of antitrust policy notice and code of conduct published by Linux Foundation Decentralized Trust. And today's agenda was really ambitious, and unfortunately, we have to replace it with probably general overview of our progress and any other Q&A that you guys might highlight. So we will use this deck next week, hopefully, to show the milestone 4, and it will contain the at least 3 demos of Scala Did library, near Prism library, and the integration of Prism Node and Cloud Agent. So we're currently actively working on this and running particular tests to prepare for demo. For the milestone 4, we have to complete this acceptance criteria. And actually, we are planning to extend these criteria because we have much more components than we planned to have. And this picture displays the Cardano specifications and additional artifact like VDR OpenAPI specification that we have in NeoPrism, and at least 3 components. Fabio mentioned also implementation in .NET. Probably we will add it here next week, but we have 3 components that contains implementation of the VDR, Cardano VDR in Identus, and it's Prism Node, NeoPrism, and Cardano VDR. Yeah, unfortunately, we will show more demo next week. And the current state that we have at the milestone 4 is following. NeoPrism and Scala Did implementation is almost done. We are preparing for demo. And guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but Scala Did is going to use Blockfrost API. I guess we might consider to add some VDR API and driver to our SDKs, starting from SDKTS, and I think that we're also going to use the Blockfrost because this is the simplest and most lightweight to go with VDR, and keeping in mind the offline first approach and simplification of infrastructure. VDR is currently ready and can be used with NeoPrism REST API. Pat is also preparing demo, and we will record the video over this week. And I'm adding a Prism, this implementation to the Prism node to make a smooth transition and deprecation. As you know, we planned to deprecate Prism node, but it might be a little bit stressful if we force everyone to switch to NeoPrism in one shot. So the basic implementation of the Prism VDR, Cardano VDR is going to be present in Prism node and Cloud Agent to support custodial solution where keys are managed by Cloud Agent, and Prism node is used like VDR to create and read data. That's it about the status. Any question, updates, or any other things that you would like to cover over this meeting? And if I'm mistaken somewhere, you can correct me, so I will change particular diagrams.
So just one thing that you mentioned about the .NET, when I mentioned that, that is the implementation of the node, not the VDR,
Okay, got it.
the Prisma node.
So today I added today and last week I added VDR key type to the Prism node protobufs and to the Cloud Agent did registrar. So it's ready and I have test running locally, but in order to merge it to main, we need to start with the Prism node and then proceed with upstream project in Cloud Agent. So after implementation, I will create a couple of sequential PRs that should be merged, released in order to add this functionality to the Prism node and Cloud Agent. And yep, we have plans to have a NeoPrism HTTP client in Cloud Agent as alternative option to deprecate Prism node later, and Scala did with Blockfrost as another alternative option to use Blockfrost and lightweight solution. Cool. Any other questions, proposal, or things you would like to share, guys?
Not from me, but can I ask when are we going to do the VDR workshop then? Since it's not today.
I hope next week, and Pat and me are planning to use our day offs. So we will record the short videos, and someone is going to run these videos next week.
Cool. If you guys need
Good.
any help, just tell me.
Probably you can do this, because as far as I know, Javi is going to be off as well.
You guys want
Off.
to do a trial now or not?
Hmm?
You guys want to do a trial now in this meeting?
What do you mean trial?
I mean, showing what we have on the VDR and how it's working. My demo is more or less ready.
Yes, sure. We can run your demo and then use this video as a confirmation for the milestone force next week, or I will report it together with other videos. So just share your desktop. I will stop sharing mine. And
Okay.
oh, how to stop sharing? Yes, I found this one. The floor is your, Fabian.
So can you guys see my screen?
Yes,
Yes.
some guy in the middle.
No. Can you... So I was preparing some slides also yesterday. Okay, let's first go for the code and then I will show the slides. So I split that full demo that I had before into many steps in the steps. So on this first step, it's like just setting up, and I'm assuming that this should be done before we initialize the driver. So it's basically creating the DID with the VDR keys. So I'm using some internals of the driver to submit the DID. So I assume this is done before starting using the driver. We need to create tooling for that, purple tooling. But after creating the driver, after creating the DID, basically what we have to do is like initializing the driver, and I can show more or less what we need to initialize the driver. It's just like the block first token, the wallet, one wallet that is going to make the Cardano transactions. So it's not the wallet of the DID, it's the wallet of the to make transactions. We need the DID that should be created before. We need the VDR key. So in here, this driver doesn't use any master keys, just need the DID identifier and the VDR key. And then this one is like using this one is using in memory. So that driver that we had on GitHub that had the data in files. This one has the data in the database. So I just need a connection to the database. If we only want to read, so the generic driver, there was an option that we didn't allow to create operations, but just read. Correct me if I'm wrong, Gonzalo. But if we just want to read, we don't need like the permissions to write to the database. But if we want to create stuff and the driver to automatically update the database. So this is the thing that I was talking with Pat before. So being capable of updating the database, I need a connection that allows me to update the database. And then to create the data basically is very simple. We include the data in bytes. After creating the driver that I mentioned before, we just send the bytes, and I can show that working. Are you guys still there?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
So this is just like information of the driver. We can still define this. But basically what this creates is like, this is the data, and this is the VDR entry. So since creating the data always created a different VDR entry by definition. So we put like that random nonce on the protobuf. So it's always different when we create data because we may want to have different VDR entries with the same data. The data is basically this. So if we decode that to text, this is the data that we are putting there. So it can be anything, as Gonzalo always says. So it's just bytes. We can have more complex data structures, but for now it's just bytes. So after creating the data, we can read it. And reading, we just need like, so this one is going to index the data. So the first thing that it does is to try to index data. And we just pass the VDR entry. So let me just copy this value because we want to read that value. So I'm passing this value here. And wait. So if I read, I get this data back, that it's the same as this one. We can update the data. So to update the data, we pass the initial VDR entry. And let me just do that. So here, this is the VDR entry, and this value here is like the operation, the operation that we return on the generic driver. So on the generic driver, each operation should return different. So you can identify the operation. So this is the idea of the operation. But this value is always the same. So now we can try to read it again. So it's already updated. So it went to Cardano. It got submitted there. It went to the blog first indexed that, and we indexed that on the database. So here is the new data. We can read it. So this is the new data that we submitted in here. So this is the bytes that we sent. So we read it. I think I have a bug on the verify. I need to double check. Because the proof is returning 0 bytes, but it's verifying that that the data is correct. So this is the data in there. So it basically returns a Prisma block that has all the operations in the Prisma block. So we created the did, we created the VDR entry, and we updated. This block has both operations there. So this is what we decided that we would return as a proof. The proof is that. So it's a Prisma block with all the operations that make sense for anyone to verify that this is correct, this data is correct, and it was signed by that did. So step 6 is to deactivate the VDR entry. It's basically we pass the VDR entry and it's just deactivated. So if we run step 6, it's deactivated now. In the logs, I think I have the payload, and I have the transactions. So if you guys want to read on the Cardano scan, we can double check that, for example. Let's just open. Maybe it's still not in here.
Probably
But
it's indexing.
it will be eventually, will appear here somewhere. But let's go and try to read it again, because it should already be on blog first. Maybe not. Did I run the right command? Step 6.
Is it like testnet or the one real?
So it works on both, but this one is pre-prod.
Oh, this is pre-prod. Okay.
Yeah. So the when I was showing the Cardano wallet, you guys can use it when I committed. So, but this wallet has
Right.
like
Try refreshing maybe quickly now.
Mhm.
Try refreshing the site if it got the block already or not.
Let me double check.
That should be definitely enough time to.
Yeah, something weird happened. I need to double check. It was working before. Oh, now it's deactivated. So it's 0 bytes, and you cannot read the data anymore. Although the data is there, but it's deactivated. So it's not deleted, but it's deactivated. For some reason, it's not appearing here. I don't know why, but it for sure should. And the last step that I had, yeah, it's just the other method on the driver, on the generic driver that verifies the state of the operation. It's basically saying that it managed to find the data, and about the slides. Let me check if I can show the slides. Let me copy. So I still need to update the slides with these new examples because I did create the slides before the examples. But the idea of the slides is to be on the repository to explain anyone how does more or less this works. So just information about why the driver was created, just mentioning the Catalyst project. What is a VDR? Why do we use a blockchain for the driver? What is the DID Prisma protocol? So to explain that is part of the DID protocol, and it's using this label, and we encode the data in protobufs, and we use the SexP as the Cardano blockchain itself. So it also explain a little bit about how does the protocol works. So like the flow of information, like create an event, sign with the VDR keys, encode in protobuf, submit to Cardano, wait for confirmations, and then the data is immutable there. So basically the operations that we can do on the generic VTR, like read, create, read, update, delete, verify. Here I was going just to put like snips of code, just for people to try to.
Fabio, this is what we will use in the presentation, right? Like the presentation deck or something like that.
I mean, this was like to have these slides on the repository so people can understand how to use it. But yeah,
I see.
the plan was to do a presentation with it for the workshop. So I still need to update the code here because it's still using the driver that was using the files, not the database. So this is like just the code for each operation. And then I explained some use cases where we can use this. Just some ideas, how to integrate on the project, the requirements, some technical details. I might delete some of those slides here, or at least it needs to be improved. And just like more documentation, where people can find the documentation. And this was more or less what I was planning to show. Yeah.
Awesome. Looks really, really, really good.
Yeah, but the demo is more or less working. I just need to submit it to make a pull request with it.
Good job, Fabio. Cool. I guess that's much more than I expected from this community meeting. So, yeah, Fabio, you showed your part, and it's amazing. Okay, anything else, guys, you would like to discuss about VDR or any other questions? No? Okay, let's return half an hour back and prepare something else that we used to do. And thank you, Fabio, again. Good job.
Awesome job, Fabio.
Yes, good thing. Thank you for the
Cool.
demo.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Bye.
you, guys. See you
Bye.
in 1 week.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye-bye.